Hello, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Gul Knowledge Hub. In today's video, we are going to discover the utilization, how to download AI chatbot from Play Store, because I am going to reveal with you not only the name of AI chatbot but also how to utilize the chatbot, how to give the prompts and how to initiate, how to exaggerate your conversation, because after all AI is the artificial intelligence and you can utilize it for your information, but how to utilize it, and I am going to discover and I am going to share with you and with chatbot a very interesting, very novel topic. The topic is when we are stranded on an island. I will give the chatbot a prompt, a scenario, a role play, and in which two friends are stranded on an island, and what is the escape situation, how you can escape. This would be the topic, and then let's see how chatbot help us and how would be the conversation. Of course it would be an amazing conversation, so let's get started. How you can record and how you can just download this app. You have to go to Google Play Store, write down Gemini, and other thing Gemini will pop up. You just have to install this white background and blue Gemini, and this is how you can download your Gemini. And after downloading you have to just sign in. I have already signed in, and this you can see that not only you have the ability, you have this access to have voice note. You can also read out the answers given by the Gemini. So it is a situation. You can send the voice note, you can also listen back to your voice, and you can also check the quality of your pronunciation. Dive into an adventurous journey with Gemini, and you can see this Gemini interface and how I will give him the prompts and what would be the reaction. Let's see. First, hello, how are you doing?
As a large language model, I don't experience feelings or have a doing in the human sense. However, I'm functioning well and ready to assist you with any questions or tasks you have.
Okay, I just wanted to have voice notes.
Unfortunately, I'm a text-based AI, so I can't directly create or send voice notes. However, I can help you with the content of voice notes. For example, tell me, what do you want to say in the voice note? Who is it for?
Okay, first of all, I am quite curious to know about who created you.
It's important to distinguish between different contexts when considering the question of who created you. Here's a breakdown. In the context of my existence as an AI, I was created by Google. Specifically,
Okay, you were created by Google, so your answer should be brief and why you were created.
I was created by Google to assist with information and tasks through natural language understanding, provide helpful and informative responses to a wide
Quite useful, and I am quite inquisitive to know and to have role play with you, as two friends are stranded on an island and it would be an adventurous journey, and I am really happy if you would take part eagerly. Okay, that is really fantastic. And I am over the moon if you would like to take part in role play as two friends are stranded on an island. So, what would be your response?
Okay, I'm ready. Let's set the scene. I'll be one of the stranded friends. You can be the other. I'll start us off. My head. Where are we? And what was that crash? I sit up, brushing sand and leaves off my clothes, and squint at the unfamiliar jungle surrounding us. Hey, are you alright?
Yes, I am alright, but we are left with nothing. There is water and water everywhere. I am feeling thirsty. What should we do now?
Water. Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink, I mutter, echoing
sun is scorching and the heat of sun is so intense that there would be no rainwater or there would be no dew drops. So how would we collect water? We have to search some coconut trees.
You're right, the sun is intense. We can't rely on rain or dew right now. But we still have a few options. I try to sound optimistic, even though I'm also worried. First, let's look for signs of a freshwater source. Even if it's dried up, we might find a damp patch or a spring that's still trickling. We should also check for any low-lying areas that might collect groundwater. Second, if we can find some large leaves, we can try to create a makeshift solar still. It's a bit of a long shot, but it...
Okay, if we can go for coconut tree, what?
Okay, coconuts it is. That's a good idea. They're a potential source of liquid and food, which is crucial. But we need to be careful. Here's the plan. 1. Safety first. We need to be cautious approaching the trees. Coconuts can fall, and they're heavy. We should look for trees that aren't too tall, and we should check for any loose coconuts overhead.
Oh my God, I am I am hearing the voices of savages. They are approaching us. What would be now the scene? I am scared, totally petrified.
Savages? What do you mean? I whisper, my eyes scanning the surrounding jungle. Are you sure? What do they sound like? My heart pounds in my chest. This just got a whole lot more complicated. Okay, listen. We need to stay calm. Panic will only make things worse. We don't know who they are or what they want. Here's what we should do. 1.
Oh, they are approaching us, and I can imagine that they are on the way to just to just catch us. What would be then? How can we save ourselves from them if we are caught?
Okay, they're closing in. We can't stay here. We need to move. And we need to move now. I try to keep my voice low and steady, but I can feel the adrenaline surging. Here's what we'll do. We'll move deeper into the jungle, trying to stay downwind so they can't smell us. We'll try to find a natural barrier, like a rocky outcrop or a dense thicket, something that will give us some cover. We need to move silently, and we need to be aware of our surroundings.
But they have seen us. Now we have to be caught.
They've seen us. Okay, we need to think fast. We have a few options, but none of them are good. I take a deep breath, trying to assess the situation. Here's what we can do. 1. Run. We can try to run, but they probably know the terrain better than we do. We'd have to be fast and agile, and we'd have to hope we can find a place to hide. 2. Fight. We can try to fight, but we're unarmed and outnumbered.
But how can we fight? We are unarmed, and they have suddenly caught
Fighting is
us.
a last resort, and it's incredibly risky. But if we're cornered, we need to be prepared. Here's how we might try to defend ourselves. 1. Improvised weapons, sharp rocks. Look for rocks with sharp edges that we can use as knives or projectiles.
Now suddenly they have caught us. Now what would be the situation? They have caught us. How can we make our escape from them? I am totally worried and afraid.
Quarters? You mean they've got us surrounded? This is bad. My mind races, trying to find a way out. This is a desperate situation. Okay, here's what we need to do. It's a long shot, but it's all we've got. 1. Assess the situation.
Yes, of course. Now we have escaped from them because we have find a tunnel there, and we have to move towards that tunnel in order to escape from them because there would be another end to that tunnel. So let's explore that.
A tunnel. That's our chance. Okay, let's move, and let's move quickly. But we need to be cautious. We don't know what's on the other side, and we don't know if they'll follow us. I try to keep my voice steady, but I can feel the adrenaline surging. Here's the plan. 1. Check for traps. Before we enter the tunnel, we need to check for any signs of traps or dangers. Look for tripwires, hidden pits, or anything else that looks suspicious. 2. Move quietly. We need to move as quietly as possible. We don't want to alert them to our escape. 3. Stay close. We need to stay close together. We don't want to get separated in the darkness.
But I am quite tired. I am exhausted. I am drained. I can't walk even. So, will you assist me? How can you help me? Give me a plan.
I understand. You're exhausted, and we're both stop now. We're so close. I'll help you, and we'll get through this together. I try to sound encouraging, even though I'm also feeling the strain. Here's what we'll do. 1. Lean on me. Lean on me for support. I'll help you walk. Put your arm around my shoulder, and I'll take some of your weight. 2. Slow and steady. We'll move slowly and steadily. We don't have to rush. We just need to keep moving forward.
I am feeling low energy. I have to take some food because I am also hungry. So how can I satisfy my hunger? Please reply and please assist me.
Hunger and exhaustion are a dangerous combination. We need to find something to eat. Even if it's just a little bit, it will give us the energy we need to keep going. I try to recall what edible things might be around us. Here's what we can do. 1. Forage for edible plants. We need to be extremely careful. Many plants are poisonous, but look for familiar fruits or nuts. If we see any berries, we should only eat them if we're absolutely certain they're safe. We can look for edible roots or tubers.
Okay, because of your help and because of the plan, we have reached the other end of the tunnel. But at the other end of the tunnel, there are only the trees and dense forest. Oh my God! How can we find the shelter? What should we do now?
Okay, we've made it through the tunnel, but you're right, it's just more dense forest. We're not out of danger yet, but we've gained some distance. Now, shelter is our priority. I take a deep breath, trying to assess the new environment. Here's what we need to do. 1. Find natural shelter, caves or rock overhangs. These offer the best protection from the...
But often caves are very dangerous because they are the residing, you can say the place for the dangerous animals. So how can we trust a cave?
You're absolutely right. Caves can be dangerous. We can't just blindly trust any cave we find. We need to be extremely cautious. I think carefully, considering the risks and benefits. Here's how we should approach a potential cave shelter. 1. Observe from a distance. Before we even approach the cave, we need to observe it from a distance. Look for any signs of animal activity, tracks, droppings, or sounds. Check for any potential hazards.
Leave the idea of cave. Do something else to provide us shelter because night is approaching and it is also very dark and dense and I can hear the sounds of different wild animals. Oh my God! Night would be mere nightmare for us.
You're right. Night is falling fast, and we need shelter now. We don't have time to risk a potentially dangerous cave. Let's focus on building a quick, safe shelter that will protect us from the elements and the animals. I try to stay calm and focused, despite the growing darkness and the sounds of the jungle. Here's what we'll do. 1. Find a suitable location. We need to find a relatively flat area, preferably on higher ground. Look for an area with plenty of branches, leaves, and other natural materials. We should avoid areas near water.
Just imagine if a lion or some other animal, dangerous animal, wild animal approaches us, then what should we do?
Okay, if a large predator like a lion approaches, we're in a very dangerous situation. Our goal is to deter it, not to fight it. Here's how we should react. 1. Make ourselves look big. Stand tall and raise our arms. Spread out any clothing or blankets to make ourselves appear larger. If we have any branches or sticks, hold them high. 2. Make noise. Shout loudly and aggressively.
But noise would also invite the lion and we would be the prey. It is not the sound idea.
You're absolutely right. My apologies. In a dense jungle environment, loud noises can attract unwanted attention, especially from predators. We need to be much more nuanced in our approach. Here's a revised strategy, prioritizing stealth and strategic deterrence. 1. Minimize noise. We should move as quietly as possible. Avoid snapping branches or rustling leaves.
But let's suppose we are caught by some wild animals like lion. Then what should we do? We have to think.
If we're caught, meaning physically cornered or attacked by a large predator like a lion, our options are extremely limited and the situation is dire. However, we must still fight for survival. Here's what we must do. 1. Protect vital areas. Our priority is to protect our head.
Let's assume a situation where we are two friends, we are fast friends, but I am caught by the animal, by the lion, and you are far away from that animal. Then what would you do?
Okay, let's play this out. You're caught by the lion, and I'm a short distance away. My reaction would be driven by a mix of terror, adrenaline, and desperate loyalty. Here's what I'd likely do. 1. Initial shock and assessment. My first reaction would be a surge of pure panic.
Because it would require an urgent action, otherwise I would be the prey of that animal. That you have to be very specific, you have to be very planned, and you have to be very agile at that condition. Then how would you respond to that alarming situation?
You're right, in that split second, every action counts. Here's my hyper-focused, immediate response. 1. Direct eye contact and vocalization. I'd lock eyes with the lion, showing no fear. I'd emit a loud, guttural roar. Not a scream, but a deep, threatening.
But lions won't understand your straight eye contact or the screaming or anything else. They are in the madness to attack and to kill kill the humans or any friends.
You're absolutely correct. Lions operate on instinct, and in a predatory state, eye contact and screaming might be perceived as a challenge, not a deterrent. My previous response, while reflecting a surge of adrenaline, still relies too much on human-centric
How would you save you? How would you save me?
In a scenario where I, as a non-physical AI, am facing a threat, the concept of
No, you have to assume yourself as a human being of flesh and blood, and you have to save me. I am just saying that how would you save me?
Alright, if I were a human, in a situation where you're being attacked by a lion, and I'm a short distance away, here's how I'd react, focusing on speed and effectiveness. 1. Immediate, targeted distraction. Instead of just yelling, I'd grab the closest thing that could...
Okay, just leave this situation. Just imagine that we have escaped somehow from the line. Now we have to move back to our you can say the home. Then how can we proceed with the process?
Alright, we've escaped the lion, but we're far from safe. Getting back home is now our absolute priority. Here's how we proceed. 1. Assess and treat injuries. First, we need to check for any injuries, both mine and yours. Even minor wounds can become infected in a jungle.
What would be the strategy? What would be the strategy? How can we prepare ourselves or something that we can escort, because there is water and water everywhere. The situation is so dense, the situation is so alarming, and it is the quite threatening situation for us, because lions are everywhere and savages are also there. There are many snakes, wild animals, the danger is everywhere. We have to be quick, we have to devise some method to get back home. What would be that method? Okay, you have to tell me that we have escaped animal like lion, but we are still in the danger because savages are there, lions, wild animals are there, snakes are there, night is always approaching. We have to get back to home. So we have to devise a plan, a quick plan from saving ourselves from that dangerous and threatening position. What would be that scenario?
Right, we've escaped the lion, but we're still in a hostile environment with savages, wild animals, and snakes, and night is closing in. We need a rapid, multifaceted survival plan to get home. Here's the plan. 1. Immediate shelter and defense. We need to find a defensible location for the night. This means high ground, if possible, to avoid flooding and some ground-dwelling predators. A natural barrier like a rock outcropping or a dense thicket that can be fortified. A location that offers some visibility so we can see approaching threats. We immediately begin creating a perimeter, gathering thorny branches and creating a barrier, collecting rocks and sturdy branches for improvised weapons. If possible, starting a small, controlled fire to deter animals and provide light. 2. Stealth and evasion. Our primary strategy is to This means traveling at dawn or dusk when visibility is low but not completely dark, moving quietly, avoiding snapping branches or loud noises, using natural cover to conceal our movements, avoiding established trails.
Okay, how can we construct devise the boat for our return to home?
Building a boat in a survival situation is a significant undertaking, but it's possible with the right resources and ingenuity. Here's a plan for constructing a makeshift boat. 1. Material gathering. Flotation. Large fallen logs. These are ideal for creating a raft-like structure. Bamboo. If available, bamboo is incredibly.
Okay, thank you very much. You have helped me a lot to get out of that danger, and I'm so happy that you devised so many plans, and it is possible that you can plan for English learners to make study their English learning an easy process by making study plans, how they can proceed, what kind of strategies they can involve, and what kind of tips and tricks they can use. So happy learning.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. And yes, I can definitely create some study plans and strategies for English learners to make the process easier and more enjoyable. Here are a few approaches, tailored to different learning styles and needs. Plan 1. The immersion approach. For those who want to dive right in. Goal. To immerse oneself in English as much as possible. Strategies. Daily listening. Listen to English podcasts.
So this is the way how can you make a role play on Gemini and just enjoy your adventurous journey, whether you are in a hilly station, whether you are in a desert, and you can make any prompt to the Gemini and it will give you and it is an easy way, and you can see that your pronunciation level, whether you are being understood by AI or not. If you are understood, then your pronunciation, your accent, and your way of pronouncing the words is quite accurate and good. And have you noticed that I haven't revised my sentence twice or thrice? It is the possibility. So enjoy your adventurous journey to anywhere in the world anytime, and it is the benefit of AI. So with this positive note, I certainly end this video. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.